Already watching? The heck? Must be my wife. You get this set up here, so I don't have a heck of a whole lot to bale. Well, maybe. I'll probably get over there and it'll be like 15 more bales than I was expecting. But it's Friday night, or Friday, not Friday night yet, I guess. Hey, old timer. Just for just letting you know, if you're just tuning in, I'm gonna be working and talking, so if I don't answer to you right away or I look like I'm ignoring you, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's just that I'm probably preoccupied. Damn! What's up? My agronomist is already after me. So who's out in part of the world, or who's in, oops, how about 280 this year? So who's out there in the world that's dealing with drought issues and crops that are potentially going to fail? So I hear down in Tennessee that there's some definite drought problems down there. I mean, I was around for 2012, but I wasn't in the combine, and the problem with that statement too is we didn't have yield monitor in the combine either, so we didn't exactly know what it was actually yielding for sure. Drowning and armyworms are working on your Bermuda grass. Dude, or Georgia swamp man, I guess that's armyworms were a new to me issue last year, and this year the bug pressure hasn't been that bad. I don't know what I mean, would I be upsetting people if I said I wasn't really sure what I would say our biggest issue is this year? Our biggest challenge we've had this summer is a lack of time, the ability to get all the random tasks done that we would like to have gotten done. I mean, I'm not really proud to say it, but not exclusively to say I'm going to Gale right now, but everything that we just hauled in today really should have been made a few days ago, a week ago, because it was cut in the first part of last week. And some guys are starting to roll on chopping corn, a job that you guys ever have to worry about us doing that ever again. I mean, if I'm really going to chop something, it'd probably just be hay or something. I mean, I miss the simplicity of chopping just because when it comes time to feed, all you have to do is throw some switches and you can feed the cows. I mean, really nice for the wife to go feed for me. Look out there, too wet. You're too wet for a drought. That's a good bad problem. See, droughts will scare you. Monsoons will start. I mean, I'd rather have too dry than too wet. I really would. Armyworms are more of a southern issue, I thought, and I'm not really sure what the reasoning was as to why. Oh, well, the reason we had a blast here so bad was, I think a lot of it was timing, where was it? The winds from the south were blowing up north. It sounds kind of weird for talking about bugs like that. That's the excuse or the reasoning. I'm not going to call it an excuse. That's the reasoning as to why we had the armyworms last year. Because I've never dealt with them before. And when they were starting to work on the valley last year, it took areas of the field and it made them look like gravel. I mean, honestly, gravel had more grass on it than the sections of the field those armyworms got into. So it's not something that I would really wish on anybody. And the problem is they work overnight. So they come out at night, they chew down on everything, and You come back the next day, so like me, I was checking it at like 6 o'clock that night, and then I'd go down the next morning, and then big patches, bare patches would just start showing up down there. That makes a guy panic just a little bit. Bryan, Vermont, 10 small square bales to the acre on second cut. Honestly, dude, for 10 bales to the acre of small square bales, that seems like an awful lot of work. As in regards to the fact of small square bales, unless you're doing it all mechanically and not throwing any of them by hand, 10 bales to the acre is too much work. I am burned out on small square bales. Tell you what, if you guys wanted to know what the odds were of us going back to either chopping or going to small square bales, you have a better chance of us going through and chopping a bunch of corn silage or hay silage, anything, before you'd see us go back to making small square bales. I mean, I use probably 150 small square bales of straw every year. It's not enough reason to start planting oats and harvesting oats. It's not enough reason to hire it done even. They have to deal with them. I'd rather just buy a little bit we need. Oh, here's a good question. Somebody had asked me as far as feeding grains to the cattle, if it makes more sense to sell the shell corn and go buy like a cheaper grain like oats or wheat. Well, the problem with that, it's a regional thing. Oats really aren't that cheap either. And the problem is, anybody that I would know that has oats, they're not going to just let them go. Because number one, they are worth something. Number two, people that do have oats, they usually don't have a whole lot. Pat Kelly, how's it going? I thought it was later than this, to be honest, but it's Friday night and I don't have a video, well, for Friday, which is expected. But we'll try to keep this one PG, and then I'll let this live stream upload. Wheat's up 8%. Well, guys, the grain market was up pretty hard today. I think beans were up 24 cents and corn closed up 17. Reason for that, I was told, it was for the dollar lost a bunch of strength. Which, I mean, if we need to have a weaker dollar and some of our commodities are worth a little bit more, I'm fine with that. Dark root and preservative down on this stuff. It was cut Tuesday when it was still overcast. It was raked this morning. I believe it was raked before noon. And yeah, I was planning on being here a couple hours ago, but the more time this stuff has to dry out, the better, because we've had blue sky and warm and sunny-ish. $9 corn delivered. Well, it tells you what the current state of the market is when it's mid-September and you're already looking at $6.78 futures price for corn. Well, that's what we used to do when it came to oats. Hey, Renee, we raised enough. We are going to discuss that. We raised enough oats that we would feed. We would sell anything that we had over what the bin would hold. And the bin that we used to put it in was the bin that Ryan is using for his feed. It's at about 2,500 bushel grain bin at the farm. It doesn't hold much, but it's about the perfect size where we're currently at for needing or wanting to feed any grain. Okay. Oh, Dad's watching. I agree. OT Dave, long time subscriber, added your like. My cell signal's weak, so catch the replay on the big screen. Well, thanks, Chris. And Chris has been a long time subscriber and commenter, so we always appreciate the long time or any commenters and subscribers. My comments are keeping up with you guys, I'm sorry. Digging the corn, beans, you ever considered wheat or oats planted as a partial rotation every few years? That's what we used to do, dude. And I missed your name, I'm sorry. Oats don't bring as heavy of a return as I would really like to see. And I can make really good money with corn and soybeans. And honestly, if it was up to me, it would be all corn. I don't even like raising soybeans. I really don't. The only reason I raise soybeans is because that is my rotation crop. That I alternate with. And at least beans do have their advantages as far as not needing huge amounts of inputs, but the challenges as far as getting them harvested and getting them dry. Well, Angus 420, going back to small squares or back to milking cows is essentially the same thing. Because for us, I mean, small squares is what our barn was set up for, but to truly get us to go back to milking cows, I honestly think you'd be looking more at, it would take robots to get us to do it. I mean, there's still plenty of management. There's more management when you're not having to actually physically milk the cows, but then you're constantly watching the robots, you're constantly making sure that your cows are getting pushed through it, you're watching for calving, you're making sure that, well, you're always mixing feed up. There's a lot more that goes into it. I mean, getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and crawling under a bunch of dairy cows, milking with the old stanchion barn we had, we were over it. Completely over it. I'm going to try to do a bunch with the 9770 as far as videos and everything. I mean, I'm trying to stem my expectations for this fall. That's why my agronomist, Andrew, has been texting me, because this is probably the best I've felt going into fall harvest that I have in a long time. And I say that just in regards to no wind damage, we'll say that right off the bat, but the crop, if you guys saw earlier in this live stream, I said that, I mean, whatever one of our challenges we had this year, well, we had rain, basically like an irrigation pivot going across everything that we got, because we were getting the rain when we needed it. Our crops were hardly stressed, if at all. We were getting up to temp during the day, high 70s, low 80s, it fluctuates, but then it was getting down to the high 50s and low 60s at night, so it was allowing the corn plants, to respirate, whatever the proper word is I'm trying to say there. So it's allowing the plant to cool off, and that actually helps with its stress and not, taking away from the ear it's trying to put on. You can have enough hay for this winter. We're going to have too much hay for this winter. You going to have enough hay for this winter? That's I just read that. You are a great YouTuber. Your videos are so good to the point. Hope you never stop making videos. I'm not planning on stopping making videos. But to be a stickler and to be completely honest with you, I need to make some kind of cash incentive to do this. I mean, I'm not trying to come across as any of the big, huge, awesomer channels, but I need a reason to do it, because coming home at night, and like last night was 45 minutes from the time that I sat down, got the video off my phone onto the computer, and got everything rendered and gone through. It was 45 minutes minimum, and that doesn't include the upload time and everything else that goes into it. I mean, that's why I'm filming more with my cell phone. The GoPros work. I'm actually got the GoPros pretty well tuned in where I can get away with using them. It's just ease of use. I always have a cell phone in my pocket, and at least I can use the SD card of my phone. I'm not bogging my phone down. But I'm making a little bit of money off of YouTube, enough to at least I can justify it. And that's why I'm encouraging people to like, comment, and subscribe. I mean, it's a broken record on everywhere you look, but if it gets to where I'm just doing it for funsies, I can go spend time with Brittany and Erlena. I can go farm. I mean, just posting videos just for the sake of posting, I can't do it. I mean, if I'm offending anybody or upsetting anybody by saying that, I mean, I don't mean to, but that's currently where I'm at with this. And I'm actually doing better this year than I was last year. A thumbless man gets it. Jordan Schneider, how's your day going? It's been pretty busy. Moving bales in all day, and then I'm currently sitting, not moving, when I should be trying to bale some of this stuff. I'm going to be putting a pretty heavy dose. That's a good question. Got to turn the preservative button up here a little bit. The preservative I have in the baler, here. The preservative that is back there, which I got probably 2/3 of a tank, is all I got for the year. And then once that stuff is gone, I'm out. I don't want to have to go buy any more. I mean, at the very most I would consider doing is you can buy like 2 gallon or 2.5 gallon jugs. I might go and buy maybe 10 gallons worth, but I'm really hoping I don't need to go buy any more preservative. I generally like to do the totes, and the totes, the last time I bought one was $2,200. It seems how the stuff that I had, because I bought some late season on a local farm sale. So I mean, I added to my hay preservative that supply that I had last year, so it carried over to this year. But now I'm out, which means I have to go buy some, which means it's September, and I really don't want to go in and buy $2,000 worth of preservative when I'm gonna have to sit on it all winter. So I'd rather, you know, pay for some stuff. Yeah, I'm looking to, at the very least, I'm looking to at least get my cow loan paid off. And you know, Myrna, I got some baby calves up at the farm. I just filmed that little video this morning. I'm trying to keep my videos down to like 10 minutes. I mean, the 20-30 minute long videos, A, don't get the views, B, are just too excessive. So I might just have to start just abruptly cutting off my videos at 10 minutes, or start doing membership exclusive videos where they're 30 minutes long, and if you're a member you can watch them. I guess you can do that. If you consider looking into a hoop building, you use it to store your hand. I'm not looking for a hoop building currently, if anything. Looking into next year, I'm probably going to at least look at getting one huge ginormous tarp, and at least maybe strongly consider tarping at least one stack of hay. But we got a long winter to go before we get there. So the question I got for you guys, do you guys want to watch like this, where I can't see the screen, or like that, where I still can't see the screen, or I might just have to leave it like this. I know it's boring and dull, and all my videos are in the tractor, me talking like this, but it's what I'm good at, I guess. The barn out of my brother's place is tore down. It's pretty well gone, foundation and all. Brian's got it cleaned up pretty nice, and his plans are to put his steers in there this fall, which I think is a great idea. Because steers don't need a lot of place to roam around. The tighter confined you can keep them, not to where it's animal cruelty by any means, but when they have a lot of room to walk and run and, you know, play and, you know, hop across the pasture, they're burning energy, and you want them to get basically lazy and just build their frame, build their frame, build their conditioning up. So should have brought the moisture tester, but you know what, that's irrelevant. Why is that irrelevant? Because they're calling for rain for the next 3 days. It sounds to me from what I'm seeing in the weather forecast, they're very certain we're getting something as far as the rain goes. This stuff is actually rigged up pretty good, so I highly doubt, I don't think Al watches his videos, but this isn't going to take very long to rig, so I'm happy for that. To bail, so I'm happy for that. Now I'm running the hay preservative with the green nozzles at, let's see, 30 psi. I'll tell you what, you guys hang around long enough, we'll hop out this first video. We gotta check, make sure that wrap works. And I'm not really running the tractor at WFO, you know, wide VF open. I'm running right around 2,000 RPMs and just kind of letting everything work. Christina, my phone's shaking too much. Christina Willoughby. Hey, new subscriber. I was wondering if you are favoring the red cattle. You are definitely a new subscriber, because there is by no means do I like red cattle. I can't stand them. I mean, I'm thinking going all Charolais. No, I'm kidding. I like the reds. I really do. I mean, I'm not a big fan on the Charolais either, but I got that one tan one that squeaked through when I bought these red cows, and she's a sweetie. I mean, that's not, if you're a cattleman, I guess that's not how you should look at your animals in regards to, well, she's got good temperament, but when I'm draining them here in the mornings, that tan one is the first one of the bunk. And when we got nieces and nephews and my own kids running around up here, having cattle that aren't an immediate threat to life for anybody that happens to hop over the fence is rather important. Because you can tell kids all you want, hey, stay away from those cows, hey, do this, do that. Kids are going to be kids, and I know what I was like when I was that age, and I was in the pastures an awful lot when I was growing up, and the cows never bothered us. So that's something that I won't give on, is the cattle have to have a good attitude. Otherwise you get shipped out. And Black Baldies, that is like the American favorite right there. I mean, I got nothing against them. There's nothing wrong with them. I mean, honestly, they're probably the best cattle you can get. I'm not going to argue that fact, because it's almost certainly true. It's preference. It's entirely preference. Same reason why you get people that will only drive green or only drive red or purple or whatever tractors everyone likes to buy. In my experience, and I've actually heard some locals say it too in regards to the Case IH or whatever they're calling themselves now, tractors, cheap on the inside. The cabs aren't that great. Same thing with the blue tractor. It was a really nice tractor. I mean, that New Holland tractor had some get up and go to it. I mean, I really liked it. Where it was lacking was the operator comfort. I ran that thing for 8 hours a couple days there. Well, it wasn't just chisel plowing. We disked with it, we chiseled with it, ran the butterfly mower, the triple mower with it. 8 hours, and I was pretty sore. The big thing it was needing was honestly a swivel seat, because like in the 7600, you guys can't see it. The 7600, the 8235, they both have swivel seats in them, and they are almost, pretty much always, swivel, especially when I'm the one that's driving them. It's just the way I operate. I gotta check some comments here because I just saw a bunch of stuff. What'd you say? Old Timer Dave. Christina wanted to know why you favored red cattle. Preference, dude. I think that was right? Oops. I gotta make a phone call. Or wait. I can call them later, it looks like, unless they call me back. Yeah, the beans and the corn actually in this area have really started to turn. I mean, not in a bad way, either like they're stressed or anything. It's like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. We actually plant a little bit of everything. Anywhere from 2-1 to 2-5. I had some 2-7s last year, but not very many of them. I mean, this is third cut, and there's a lot of area here that he's got cut. But I'm thinking, from the looks of it, probably third. Let's guess about a dozen bales. Well, SDS did hit this area about a week or two ago. Or did start hit this area about a week or two ago. And we, for the most part, have been able to avoid that. Oh, there's a little bit of moisture coming up in the tires. And this is the field that we were in that Ryan was helping me bale. And he dropped a bale. Oh, whoa, that is new. There, you guys still there? Sorry if I just wigged out your eyes. Ryan dropped a bale from up there out of the 569. Dropped out, slowly rolled to the right, and then down across the ditch. Made it to the other side, then fell back into the ditch. I was cheering it on. I hope it would have made it. And even the stuff we're making right now, the plan is to get it all hauled in tomorrow. Big reason being, they are calling for a 1/2 inch of rain for certain, it sounds like. And plenty of greenness in it. Whew. We locally heavy showers. It was lit up in the okay, so this is what I do. You can see the net wrap up in there. I always check the net wrap to make sure that it's actually gone onto the bale. I've always found it simplest to look up into the pickup, because that way you can see the whole way across the bale. And unnecessary, but yes, making sure the net wrap is good. I mean, I baled all day yesterday with this roll, and I got plenty of wrap on it, so we're good there. What I actually have to watch for is to make sure the net wrap stays on the roll, because if you start watching on the bales, the edges or towards the face will actually look kind of scuffed up, like not as good as they should. And what I've had happen is the net wrap will wrap down in here, and then it'll tear off, and then it'll actually build up on the roll. And I haven't lost like a whole roll by that happening. What I have had happen is wasting a bunch of time standing out here behind the baler, unwrapping a roll of net wrap to get everything back to where it should be. And there's whether or not he appreciates being on camera, so we're not going to show him too much. But it looks to me, he's still raking, yes, but it looks to me like he did a good job of combining as much as he did. So raise it up. Oh, that thing is heavy. That's another gauge I use to see how heavy the bales are coming out the back. when they hit the back end. I mean, how hard it shakes everything. And should be good. The big issue you got to watch too, Ryan has issues with. Granted, Ryan hasn't really run these balers a whole lot. I mean, I don't think Ryan's run this one hardly at all. He almost exclusively runs the 569 when he is baling. But when you go to start this back up, say we just dropped a bale, which is looking pretty good, if I might add. If you're on any kind of hill, which is what we're looking at, so if you're on the hill and the baler is sitting like this, all of your belts are currently loose, all right? Well, when you go to drop it down, you got to be careful that your belts actually don't overlap each other and potentially double over or flip, because then you get a belt that'll be looking like this all the way up through it. And the reason that has potential to be so tragic is that is what destroys your laces, because then you get a lace that is flipping like this, and then it tries to go through any of these areas with the rollers, and I'm not liking that. So we got some definite moisture out here. Oh well. Check this bale. It's green. It's round. It's wrapped. It's not super tight. I can kind of get my finger in there. I'm gonna let the stuff air out, and this is going for my cows this winter. It smells nice. Honestly, it's probably better quality than everything we just made that sat for 8 days. And granted, even the stuff that sat for 8 days, it didn't even get rained on. I mean, the little bit of rain that it did get was lighter than the morning dews we were getting, but I can still shake it. So, you guys actually see anything, or the? Oh, whoa! I'm sorry. I'm there. Stop. I'm not sure what the zooming function's doing. I'm sorry. The cows will eat this like candy, though. I can smell the preservative on it, so evidently that's definitely working. So we're good there. And to be honest with you guys, I got to get going. So the rest of this live stream is just going to be my face. Hold on here. I mean, how many guys, or how many of you out there are actually done making hay for the year? I'd like to be honest with you. I'm pretty well over making hay, at least for this year. It hasn't been like, it's not like it's been super miserable or nothing like that. It's just that after hay season is harvest season, or row crop harvest season, and as of right now, the way things are looking, it's got some potential to be a lot of fun. I left the bale, 120 plus. That's right, 120 plus. The valley is 120 acres, and then and then we have about 25 acres. We're going to take a fourth cut after it freezes, and Ryan's going to solid wrap them. Let's see, nice bales. And a lot of what we make, it's a combination of crop ground, alfalfa and everything, but then we do go through and make waterways and pasture. As tedious as that is, I mean, it is, it's tedious. We just hauled all the waterways in today. It does add up. I mean, the waterways that we just harvested today, that actually yielded just as much as, actually it yielded more than the third cut hay Ryan made. So it's kind of hard to not make it, you know. The big challenge is honestly cutting it, because baling it, you know, raking it, you can go up and back. Baling, you can go up and back. Cutting it, that's the challenge, because you're only making one pass, and then you gotta either back all the way back down and back all the way back up, and that just takes forever. I gotta tell you though, I'm gonna be ending this live stream. I gotta focus on this. It's 5:30. I want to get done, and this stuff's a little tough yet. I'm a little concerned as to why. I gotta make sure my hay preservative is running, because I think I got a plug nozzle. And we're just about to the last or next bale. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you go, because I'm trying to do too much and my mind isn't letting me process that much all at once. There we go. So you guys are watching the rest of the story. Take care, take it easy, keep in touch. I'll talk to you guys later.